Wasn't you and Envy battling at one point?
Nah, Envy was never on my level to battle. I like Envy. I fuck with Envy. You know what I'm saying? But in the car game, he not ready for that.
You know I'll slap the shit out you, boy.
I wasn't talking about your baby.
Nah, you was. Envy, I'll slap the Envy, for real. Envy, for real. You know I'll slap the shit out of you, right? For that. You know that, right?
We ain't doing all that.
No. I want to be clear.
Breakfast Club radio host DJ Envy and the biggest boss Ricky Rose have been going back and forth throughout the last week, sending heavy shots promoting their car show. This petty beef has went as far as dissing children and speaking on people's wives, as well as artists like Gunplay, Rick Ross's Maybach music group artist, Catching a Stray. For the past 2 years, Rick Ross has had his car shows in Atlanta that's been well hyped by social media, while DJ Envy's had his car shows going on for the past 5 years. And as seen in the video, Rick Ross trying to belittle Envy and trying to big up his own stuff promoting his car show. DJ Envy then clapped back mentioning how Rick Ross Airbnb'd his Atlanta mansion for Eddie Murphy in the movie Coming to America, which wasn't really a boss move. Now we all know Ricky Rose, the biggest boss, self-proclaimed of course, owns Wingstops, a bunch of other franchises, and for him to Airbnb his house that he sleeps in, his primary residence, that wasn't really a player or a boss move according to Envy. Now after Envy responded to Ross on the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club, Rick Ross took himself to Instagram to say this.
DJ Envy, you just gave me a good idea. I just told the people was coming to clean up my pool to hold on. Cause I said Envy and his 7 sons could come over here. Y'all could handle this pool for the pool party July 2nd. And Envy, out of respect and love for you, that part of the pool, I'm saving that just for your girlfriend and her the baddies. You know, the little baddies. DJ Envious, you just started a pool cleaning service. Cause you got a job, you work. That's how I'm kind of confused. You talking to a boss and you got a job that you got to report to. Don't get fired by that white man.
We've seen before that DJ Envy is a family guy, willing to die for his. He has 6 kids, and after that joke about his sons cleaning across his pool, Envy went buck wild.
But I do have a boss. Shout out to Bob Pittman, that's one of my bosses. He actually owns iHeart, but he has a boss too. John Venata is his boss.
Who's John Venata?
That's the Miami warden, the correctional facility warden. That is his boss.
No,
that is the truth. That is the truth.
That's Rick Ross' boss.
That's Rick Ross' boss. Rick Ross still gets a pension.
You're going too far.
From the corrections.
The next morning, Envy put up the Breakfast Club dressed as a correctional officer, the job that Ricky Rose had before being a rapper. You know something very contradicting, as Rick Ross got his name from Freeway Ricky, a major LA drug cocaine trafficker in the 80s who spent his life in prison. I'm not even sure this was co-signed, as we have Ricky Rose, former correctional officer, which was basically police in jail, aka law enforcement, which is the rappers and street dudes' biggest enemy, using one of the most notorious drug dealers in LA name for a rap persona. Very interesting. Rick Ross claims his street persona lifestyle, moving dope, being the biggest boss. I'm the biggest boss bitches seen thus far, huh? But all this, kind of contradicts the life that he actually lived before, or at least the one job he had that, kind of tarnished his reputation as a street rapper. It's like the one thing rappers hate more than rats is the police, and technically Ricky Rose was the police in jail, if you understand what I'm saying. During his beef with 50 Cent, this is something that was brought up on numerous occasions, as 50 doesn't back down from nobody. And from the standpoint of him being a rapper and legitimacy of his career, I'm surprised rarely anyone's even challenged him on this until he got to the beef with 50, and everyone kind of just looked the opposite way. Last week or so I watched a video about the deadly influence of music, and Rick Ross is brought up of course, and I saw someone in the comments talking about how Rick Ross invented police rap, and that was the hardest I've laughed in a good while. You would think Rick Ross was a politician, the way he avoided answering this question about him being a correctional officer, and then also when asked about it, he made an insinuation of how he only did to help his big homie, and DJ Envy wasn't having it.
It's not a boss, that's a follow. My big homie told me to do it. That's not a boss. That's actually a sucker. That's somebody that follows what people are doing.
You better stand up for yourself.
That's not a boss. That's not a boss.
You better eat.
Shut up,
You think I'm big, bitch? Shut up. No, you're Officer Ricky. I think I'm Larry Hoover. No, you're Officer Ricky.
In my DM, I got love for Envy. Y'all gotta understand. It's his black side love me. It's his white side that don't want to see us win. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. So don't be in my DM talking about, no, we ain't beefing with him. It's his black side love me. It's the other side that don't want to see you win.
DJ Envy took it a step farther. He brought up how Rick Ross's man's Gunplay, a Miami rapper, posted a GoFundMe for his daughter due to financial issues. Now, when he brought this up, he didn't mean to make fun of the daughter or Gunplay because Gunplay is a mutual friend of the room, he said. But he made it to say that Rick Ross is the biggest boss we've seen thus far. He has all these franchises like Wingstop, he has all these properties and all these car shows. And if you have all this money, why can't you spot your day one man's Gunplay some money? And that's why he brought it up. Now, Gunplay didn't view it that way. He thought he was basically getting drawn to the beef and caught a stray. And Gunplay did catch a stray. He said, if you're the biggest boss, why is your man posting GoFundMe? And basically saying that if you're the biggest boss, why aren't you taking care of your people? And Gunplay felt away. Now, Gunplay, DJ Envy, and Charlamagne the God all hopped on a call to resolve this issue, with Charlamagne being the mediator and middle ground in the situation. Now, Gunplay felt away because Envy threw a shot at Rick Ross and he caught a stray, speaking about his daughter and how he had a heart defect and the whole reason why it happened and why they had to have a GoFundMe. Now, Envy didn't mean any ill intent. He basically just getting a shot to Rose, and he was an innocent bystander hitting the crossfire. As seen in the intro clip, Gunplay started pressing Envy saying, I'll slap the ish out of you, don't play with me. And as you can probably assume, that call was not supposed to be recorded. This call was supposed to be two men speaking their piece with Charlamagne as the mediator. However, it escalated because Gunplay wanted some form of get back after his name being publicly slandered within this beef. Now, Rick Ross responded to DJ Envy as how it came out last year that he couldn't make his wife orgasm for the last 20 years, and this clip basically went viral on the internet and social media had a field day with it, and Rick Ross was rubbing it in to get at him, of course.
Now, I know this ain't in DJ Envy book. I might help you sell some books, but your girlfriend faked the orgasm for 2 decades? Oh, she needs a motherfucking paddle. Tell her I got her. I got her. She can't fake with the biggest boss. Yeah. My pickleball paddle polish.
So my question is, this is all over a car show that lasts a day? Anyways, man, we know in hip-hop, beef is one of the most free and profitable ways to generate a buzz as well as album sales. We've seen from Nas and Jay-Z back in the 90s. We saw 50 Cent Ja Rule, which was real street beef, nothing fancy, nothing, oh yeah, let's just go at each other so we can get more album sales. You dropping that and I'll drop. No, that was real business. But when it comes to Rose and Envy, it's still friendly chatter, nothing too serious, of course. Obviously, Rose did take a far talking about Envy's kids and Envy's wife, of course. You know, he's had the little infidelity thing going on in the past that they obviously moved on for, and they're 22 years strong. So you know, beaking at that is just a little weird, but it's funny. I saw a video come out this week about how Rose basically was with that girl, I forget her name, something galore, years ago, and almost married her. And basically people found out she's a stripper in the past, and Meek Mill may have dealt in those pictures of Meek Mill with her. And it's just funny how like karma works in mysterious ways, because you would think Rose the biggest boss having everything his way, but that ain't so for everyone, and that ain't so for him, of course. Personally, I feel like the reason why Rose was going at Envy the hardest is because, you know, Queens get the money, QGTM. Envy's from Queens, 50's from Queens, Yale's from Queens, all these guys from Queens and that he doesn't get along with. And it's funny, I saw how Envy posted up Instagram with 50, and I forget who he tagged, if it was like a Jay-Z verse or a Drake verse, but he was posted up with Curtis Jackson, man, and they was looking sturdy, ready for whatever type of business. And you know, Rose thinks that, oh, he's just getting at me because 50 lost his house, which, like, he's talking about basically talking about the Michael Jackson, or the Mike Tyson, I should say, mansion in Connecticut that he sold when he basically got on in 2003 and had the whole Gino with him that he didn't need anymore, which is cap because he sold it because he wasn't living there. Anyways, though, I feel like when it comes to this very petty, very pointless beef, we have one of the most successful radio hosts, DJ Envy. He's into the entrepreneurship. He has the real estate going on. He has other financial investments, the car show. He has the media stuff, the music. And it's like, we view Envy as just a radio host entity, but he does so much more than that. Like, I'm seeing him collab with all the higher people up. He's going to all these games. He definitely has affiliation with some sports teams. And we got the biggest boss, Ricky Rose. Even though we're talking about the, you know, the whole correctional officer thing and the questionability of who he is as a rapper, this ain't take away from what he's done. To be honest with you, the street credibility part doesn't matter that much to me, because I'm not in that life. I'm just someone commentating on what I see. But Ricky Rose is someone who's basically the man of truth and the biggest boss. Seeing certain stuff like this, you know, it kind of looks like Envy got him in his feels. He talked about his house being rented out. He talked about basically his man's not having money. Gunplay was in his feelings. Gunplay lashed out. And it's like, Rick Ross is kind of doing a passive-aggressive way. Like, Rick Ross is one of those people that, I don't know if it's because like the fat guy energy, but what he's saying comes off as funny. And obviously he's not being serious. This is like a, I don't want to say a friendly beef, but it's a non-violent beef. You know, it's a promotional beef. You know, this is This beef won't even last past June 3rd when Rick Ross has his car show. I'm just keeping 100. But Rick Ross, Ricky Rose is out here just doing the most and throwing shots at NB, and NB was busting back, and this was crazy. If you enjoyed this video, I recommend you watching my second last video, how this rapper became a secret agent, speaking on some deep cover international conspiracy cases.